Alec Ranger South Bison Office Automation up in Mahikeng at Kosi Kebalepile Secondary School with the Riso installation just coming up. Getting ready this morning to provide print solutions to these schools out in remote areas. Yeah, so we're out here with Sean doing the Riso application. We'll be giving highlights on that as the day progresses. What grade are you in? 8. Good stuff. Good luck, my boy. This school has a capacity of over 800 learners up in Mahikeng, providing print solutions for them. Alright, that's a Riso SF5030 just unboxed up in Mahikeng, digital duplicator. Incredible machine for bulk printing at schools. We'll test around this guy here. So this is blue tape showing it's a brand new machine coming from the box. You can help him take the strips out, it's fine. You can help him take the strips out. You can get involved.
So I must also remove it. Where does the cover go?
This is for transportation.
Okay.
That's the master making section. Also here for transportation. So you place the master, but you guys already been through this before. I'll show you from step one. We'll need some paper.
I don't know what to say. Any I could feel.
So just setting up these codes he's got to punch in to activate the machine. So to get the accurate scan, is labeled with 84 on the side, 81 on the other side. Put your document in. You get to the machine, there's buttons that you see here. This one is for making a master. This one is for making a printer.
What?
Master.
Oh, this one is a printer.
Yeah. So let's say I'm putting a new job, I come to the machine, I press that button, the light will come here. To scan the document, after it scans the document, the machine gets instructions. It's like a computer also. So the motherboard, and it gives instructions to the components. In front of the machine, this is the door. Let's come and stand this so you can see properly. So now you scan your document. The machine is told that the scanner unit to say that the component is here. You're not supposed to touch it with fingers. But the thermal print it perforates the master. So it makes small dots on the master. That will now make it easier for the ink to pass through the master and then on the paper. Sometimes we have a problem with the machine where you find that you do a scan and there's nothing coming out of the page. Sometimes when someone is touching you leave their fingerprints. So you must always make sure that there's no fingerprints on here. You take a dry cloth, you just wipe, and it's clean again.
Master portion.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is where the master sits. I'll show you how to take out the master so you guys can experience. You open the door. Open the latch. Here's the master sitting right here. So the master comes, it comes like this. It comes like this. Close like this. First thing you do is you open the side. On the master section, one side is closed, one side is open.
Okay.
There's a sensor that sits here for you to know how many masters it's made. Just to communicate with the sensor that sits inside the machine. So I put it in, first thing I'll do, I'll push it in this way. You have to close the section. Pull my master. Must always go underneath the rail. So I come, it's flat, I push it straight underneath the rail until it can't move anymore. It's at the end. When I close this door, to show that it's sitting 100%, to pull the master in and start feeding. Then it makes a sound to say everything is 100%. Okay. So sometimes you find you'll have an issue here where the master is not cutting. There's a white knob that sits here, it's called the cut unit. This is what cuts the master. Because you hear the sound when it makes the master go.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll find it can go and get stuck here in the corner. The machine will give you an error code. That error code will talk to say master unit failed. It's not a hard fix. All you just have to do is pull the rail forward. From the back there, you push the solid knob to the back there. But I always advise that for it to get stuck, usually there's a piece of master stuck. So you click 5 times so you can dislodge what is stuck. Now we put the master. The master now needs to sit on the drum because when the paper passes through the machine, this is where the ink is coming from. So like I explained to you that there's a stencil on the machine. Right now there's no hole on this thing. You can touch it, there's no ink coming through. Once it's perforated, you touch like this, you'll find ink is coming out. So as the paper passes through the machine, this is in rotation. Every time a page passes, it's leaving ink on top of the page. When you come off the machine. In this section, you can find that you have problems sometimes. Sometimes maybe the master is not coming off the drum. There's a manual way of removing the master from the drum. This latch opens so you can pull out. Sometimes you find maybe the machine's been packed for a long time, the master stuck on the drum. You just open this latch, you pull out the master from the drum. That's what you do. The drum is very sensitive. Sometimes you find if there's something lodged inside there and it scratches the drum, image qualities will be affected. The only way to fix it is to replace this thing which is called a screen of the drum. So this is how the drum works. It's got the ink that sits in front. It's got indicators here. Pushed in, block the ink. Turn this way, unlock the ink. Comes out, like we explained, there's original inks and there's generic inks. How to tell also, this is another way. On this sticker Riso emblem on it, the ones that don't have are not the original inks. That's why we advise, because we supply the machine. We supply also the consumables. Because if you damage this component, you will have to replace this component. And the price of replacing the component is it's a lot of money. You have to follow the rules from the beginning, you don't have this problem. Okay, so when it comes to the drum section, there's an arrow that sits here, there's an arrow that sits here. The reason why it is like that, this machine is a mechanical machine. It's got a home position. Every time it starts, it has to be a home position. If this thing is off, and I decide I want to close this thing, the sound will make that sound. It's not blocking. Reason being, at the back of the drum, there's a gear. If the gear is not sitting properly, you won't be able to communicate with the machine. At the back of the machine, there's a slot. You must line. So this is how it works. So now, I push it back to one position. Okay. As you can see, there's a sensor here. In the front, there's also a sensor. And the sensor is paper on the tray. Once there's no paper, it gets light, the tray goes down to ask for more paper. To the error code on the screen. Plenty people like messing around with this switch. Some applications they use thicker paper, so they put it on thicker paper. So it changes the distance between the rollers to make sure you put paper in the machine. If you do this, you try to make a copy of paper jam, because you're using thin sheets of paper. Then you see at the back, there's a dial that sits in. This is called a separation paper. When you do service on this device, which you will do after 1 million copies, you will need to replace this, which is called a separation. This is what it looks like. Okay. This rub on the top here. You can see that there's a dial here. So when it comes in the middle, as it gets worn out, you will be rotating this dial. If I rotate the dial, you can see that the top part of the separation pad is moving. When it reaches the end, you need to replace this. So it keeps adjusting the rubber as it wears out to make sure it's in the position so it doesn't jam. And the example of knowing how this rubber gets worn out, you start seeing that it's feeding 2 pages or 3 pages at a time. You turn the dial up until it starts feeding 1 page. It will work for a while. When it gets finished, turn that until you get to the last page. At the bottom here, there's feed rollers. After million copies, you need to do this. Okay. This device will need to be cleaned. If you don't clean the device, you'll find it will be paper fluff. And the friction from that paper fluff will make the rollers finish faster. So at least once a week, let's say if you have a ticket to support at the school, clean, make sure it's 100% to last for a long time. Just get a cloth, dampen it with water on it, squeeze it, and then just come close to it. You can come and see. So these components you only take out when you do service. You don't just take them out for fun. When you're doing service, so you remove this. Cleaning is just wiping. You just take a damp cloth, wipe it.
Can you show her for the last time? Take it back.
Yeah, she must take it
Like
out.
it again. Yes.
So this is there's a notch here. There's a notch here. If you look into the machine, there's a pen that sticks out there. There's a pen that sticks out. All you just do is make sure that it's sitting on the notch. You push it in. Yes. This is the lock. To make sure that it's locked. If you don't lock it, you'll have a paper jam. 100%. So we're starting from the beginning. This is the dial, because the machine is still brand new and the parts are still brand new. You must go to the center with the arrow. As the paper goes through the machine, it wears out to the separation pad. As it's wearing out, you turn this dial up slightly.
So maybe after how many copies?
The first one, I think you would have done about 70,000 to 100,000.
Oh, 70,000.
Then you adjust it. This is going to do 1 million copies. If the machine is dirty, you can finish faster.
Adjust it to when?
So now, it starts off in the center, there's an arrow. This must be a line with the arrow there. As it gets worn out, you push up slightly.
Like a knob for a stove.
Okay. So we've got a technical group. If you've got an issue, you can take a picture, send it to us and say, hey guys, if adjust is this too much, is this too little? If you adjust it too much, paper won't make the information.
Okay.
You'll see from the entry point, paper down automatically. That's how this thing works. These are feed rollers. They always need to be cleaned. If they're not clean, to pick up paper, to start slipping out. 100%. So this is the entry point of paper information. Taking out, just push this down. This slash the blue one push it. You pull out this whole push. This is it. When I send you the maintenance parts,
2 inch?
I think lock it. Did you click here? Simple, not bad. To take it out, there's a bush on one side. If you look at the bush, it's not round. This is a position. It sits in here, and at the bottom here, this is where the flare position sits.
If you want to remove this,
Yes. We'll do it when you do the service. Push it out. This is what happens.
It will come in the service kit, I think.
So when you get it, don't be complete like this. It will just come this rubber. Then you just have to push out this thing. See? You can open it and just push it out. Then you push on the new one. When you're putting back, you see here it's black. You see here? There's something sitting in the silver. That is a bearing, a one-way bearing. If you put it on the shaft, it spins this way and turns the gear. The other way, it turns freely. If you put it the wrong way, it will turn pickup paper, and then it will be moving the opposite direction it's supposed to be moving. The paper jet. Putting back, this push is exactly the same as this one. On this side, it's also got that shape. So usually what I do, I first put in the roller here on the push. I go from the bottom, I push in, and you have to make sure that there's a space between the bush and the plate. I push it in. So this side, push your push, and usually you can rotate it until it just goes into position. It's in. Snap ring, this thing is always supposed to be on the outside, this ledge, because you need to be able to take it out. If you put it the wrong way, you will suffer to take it out. So you come here. There's a ridge on the shaft. You push it on. It's on the cyclops. Cyclops. When you're doing service, this is one of the components that you have to change all the time. But usually, I'd like to do a service with you the first time so you see the whole picture for this. And the next time you can continue this. I'm your master. It's already on the ground. Now you need to make your copies. So now go to the machine. These are the settings that are there for making copies. This is for speed.
Yes.
So go from 1 to 5. 5 last
The last number. No, it's fast. No, it's very fast.
The machine is serviced right. You should be able to use your 5 all the time.
Yes.
It's like a car, 140, 160.
Must be able to
Yeah.
use it.
100.
Then you come here. This is for density. So
Yes.
if you've got, for me I always say if you've got something that's a picture, you have to reduce here. Because it will come out very dark. You're using a lot of ink. So you reduce it here. On this side here, they've got a button that can control text and picture. If I press it once, it will light on the text. If I press it twice, it will light on the picture. If I press it the third time, it will be text and picture together. That's what I should do with this one. This is for saving ink. So the machine will, when it scans, it will automatically see how much text is on the page. It will, by itself, it will change the density. This is for contrast. Again, for picture, you can reduce the contrast if it's too dark. On this side here, this is the ratio. So if you want to do a booklet, this is where you come here. Sometimes you take 2 pages and you make them into 1 page. 2 A5s. So you can see that. I'll do a demonstration for you. Okay. Here you put in the amount of copies that you want. This is the button to start copying. This is to reset. This is to reset it. This is to reset. Also, start with this one. This is to reset. This is to cancel everything. This goes back to home. This takes you straight back to home. Sometimes the machine will be on, it will switch off, you're going to sleep mode. To wake up the machine, this is the wake up button. This one I've explained. This is for making a master. This is for printout. This is for making a master and printing at the same time. So you just put in the amount of copies then. Start that. But for Riso, I'd rather first make one and check. Because sometimes if it's not sitting properly, do the wrong master, say 1,000 pages, and you come and split different things. Okay. This is how this machine works.
Okay, switch on.
Switch off the machine then.
Switch off.
Okay, what?
You want that?
Okay, so press minus 50. Plus 50. Okay, press minus 50 plus 50.
When press, you can cover it and
Okay.
Minus 15 plus
Oh, wait,
2 fingers. 2 fingers. Then you will have to switch on. Press.
Okay.
Then you have to switch on. While you're holding it, you have to switch on. The machine will get the instruction to say go into service mode. Now it's in service mode. Gives you options of changing settings. So the most common one that I will show you, sometimes the machine has an error code. You can't get rid of the error code. The first caution.
That's another one, like this paper feeder. The error.
From the
Find it here from this side.
from that side, yes. It not
And
causes
then what causes it?
the adjustment. 9 out of 10 times the adjustment is correct. So try to fit paper, the paper doesn't go into the machine when you put the error code.
Oh, it says paper misfeed. After the whole process, are we going to sit from a test or we are just going to
No,
offer
no, no,
us?
it's an orientation on the device.
Oh, I
So you need to understand how the machine works from start to finish.
thought-
So, yeah, so it's just a training for the user.
I thought that because you have been trained, you offer certificate.
Oh, yes. Look at your picture here. You should look at that. Yeah, you see. This ink here. Look
Dark.
on the page. So there's a good thing to do there. You can move the image.
Down.
Because it always needs the first white strip first, a margin, before you do the printout.
Yeah.
Because you don't know when to stop putting it. So usually when you do that image, you just press this button until it moves the image down. So it will create that margin.
Yeah.
And is that on text or image? What is on?
So text. So this is leading edge. Very common problem for writers.
Orang sasa kali sa night.
Night. Wabona se wa khaza master.
I say handle thing ha to khaza master. Beti fail ha go e go a tshwana go tla go dira copy ka buka in the
Yeah. Mara after all,
Not the sometimes.
Because this thing is honest meant for much. It is meant for quite a number of maybe even so
something more. 100, 200, something.
Yes, then there is special because of paper.
So instead of selling these papers
Yes.
upside down, the way that you can choose
So this
all
is
at once.
this
I
is-
remember you talking about the
This is what
also
you-
booklet.
booklet.
No, or a booklet. You speak about something
When you draw booklet.
like now, no? You have just printed one side.